Welcome gang, we're going to be talking fat loss today and fat loss nutrition while I eat my highly anabolic jelly. Yum. So when it comes to fat loss, the be all and end all is a calorie deficit. Realistically, it doesn't matter what strategy we use to get there as long as it suits you, but a calorie deficit is 100% needed in order to achieve fat loss. What is a calorie deficit, you might ask? Let me explain. Simply eating fewer calories than you burn or burning more calories than you eat. It's a poor choice to try and offset your intake by over-exercising. I know this shit because I used to do it. I used to run 13 miles every single day, first thing in the morning, just so I could gorge myself. Did it work? No. I even ended up bulimic. So don't make my mistakes. Quick rule of thumb, typically speaking, if you run a mile, you'll burn around 100 calories. Krispy Kreme donut, just the glazed ones, 150 calories. Try and outrun that shit. How do we actually work out your calorie deficit? This is how. Depending on your age, your height, your weight, how much muscle and fat you're carrying, we may need to make adjustments to this. As a starting point, what you're going to do is you're going to get your body weight in kilograms. Then you're going to times it by 15. You're also going to get your body weight in kilograms and times it by 20. You've now got two numbers. Between those two numbers is going to be a pretty good estimate for your calories to put you into a calorie deficit. If you are overweight and wanting to lose fat, then what we would do is use this same exact equation off your ideal body weight, not your current body weight. Now we've got your calories, what do we do from there? Ideally, what we're going to do is we're going to comprise these calories of the best macronutrient breakdown that we possibly can. What are macros? I'll tell you that as well. Macronutrients is the name given to the three different categories of which most of your food is comprised. We've got your proteins, we've got your fats, and we've got your carbs. We do also have fiber and micronutrients. That's one for a different time. What we're going to do is aim for 0.7 to 1 grams per kilogram of body weight for your protein. Ideally, we want your fats to make up around 25% of your total daily intake to make sure that we're functioning at our best. Hormone regulation, just making sure that you're healthy. So to work this out, what we would do is get your total daily intake of calories and we times it by 0.25. That would then give us our calories from fats. Now it's important to understand the breakdown of the calories in each gram of these macronutrients. Protein contains 4 calories per gram. Carbs contain 4 calories per gram. Fats contain 9 calories per gram. So with that in mind, now we've got our intake of calories from fats. We're going to simply divide that by 9. Now you've got your grams of fat for the day. Because we've already worked out your protein grams, 0.7 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight, anything else that's left over are the calories from carbs. So the calories that we've got left over, we're simply going to get that number and divide it by 4. That's the number of carbs that you're going to aim for each and every single day. The reason why people tend to give up with diets is because they're not sustainable. You can't maintain them long term. The results that you get from an unsustainable means are not going to last long term. If you think you cut out all carbs, cutting out all carbs puts you in that calorie deficit and you lose the fat. Now, once you've lost the fat and you go back to bringing carbs into your diet, you're going to put it back on. You've not learned the strategies, implemented the habits that allows you to eat these in moderation. It's super important that whichever diet strategy we use, you enjoy it and you're going to be able to maintain it long term to ensure long-term success. So which is the best diet for you? Might be keto, might be vegan, might be carnivore, it doesn't matter. We want to pick something that you enjoy. You think you're going to want to include crisps and chocolate in the future? We can absolutely include crisps and chocolate every single day. As long as you follow the structure, 80% of our food coming from whole foods, nutritious sources. So think of it like if it grows or if it eats things that grow, run for a win. If it's processed and manufactured, then ideally limit it. Allow yourself to have some of it every single day. The reason that we do this, instead of having a cheat day once a week, is because say Saturday is your cheat day. Saturday becomes cheat day. Every other day becomes thinking about cheat day. It leads to those unsustainable methods where we tend to restrict ourselves throughout the week and then just splurge at the weekend. And if we go at it hard enough, then that could actually ruin all the progress from the week previous. So instead, include a little bit every single day to help keep us on track. You think you're in a calorie deficit, not losing any fat. Seen it before. I've had people come to me. I know what it's like. The reason it's not working is because you're not in a calorie deficit. Super common mistakes when it comes to being in a calorie deficit are things like hidden calories, the sneaky ones. These are things such as cooking oils, sauces, any spreads, milk in your coffee, sugars in your coffee, anything like that. The things that we don't add, nibbles here and there. If we don't track those, then they do accumulate and they do add up and they will throw you out of a calorie deficit. Best thing you can do is get an app. You can use mine if you want. I've got a new light package that's only £10 a month. Or if you want to work with me directly, you certainly can. There's a link at the bottom. And if we don't like each other, money back guarantee. With that, what you're going to do is you're going to track every single morsel of food and drink that you consume for the next week. And then we can see exactly where it is that we're actually up to. If you think you're on 1500 calories a day, now we start tracking oils, sauces, anything that we add into our drinks, and it turns out that we're at 2,500 calories a day, we can understand why we're not losing any fat. Now we've got that, what we can do is structure a new diet, new nutrition protocol, meaning that you can carry on eating the foods that you enjoy with slight adjustments to them and get you the results that you want, as well as meaning that we can maintain that long term. Calorie deficit, why is it not working? How to work out yours? What does it even mean? Calorie deficit is effectively eating fewer calories than you burn. Keeping your activity high and reducing your calories is the best and most effective way to do it for health and results. You also want to make sure that you're keeping resistance training intensity high as well to make sure you don't look like a bag of porridge at the end of the process. The resistance training is going to mean that you can maintain your muscle. To work out your calorie deficit, what you're going to do, use the equation and then adjust it accordingly. Get your body weight in kilograms, then we're going to times it by between 15 and 20. That is the total number of calories that you're going to be on for your calorie deficit. Ideally, 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. 25% of your daily intake should be coming from fats and the rest of it's for carbs. The reason that your calorie deficit is not working and you're still fat is because you're not in a calorie deficit. If you are, then you will be losing fat. Some of the common cock-ups that I see, people not tracking their sauces, the milks, the cooking oils, any sugars that they add to their teas or coffees, and they do add up. If you're unsure if you're actually in a calorie deficit, what you can do is get an app like mine if you want. The links are below. Don't like each other, I'll give you your money back. Track every single morsel of food and drink that you consume for the next week. See exactly where it is that we're up to, not just where you think you're up to. When I say track it, I mean weigh it. Don't just eye it, because that doesn't work either. Don't get confused though. Calorie deficits don't mean eating less food. They mean eating less calories. You can keep your food volume pretty high as long as we just adjust the foods that we're eating. Like I said, if you do need some extra help, I've got a light package if you want it. I've also got my full coaching if you want it. Money back guarantee if we don't get on. If you want something for free, there's an email list in my bio. Get on it. I'll give you some free advice every single day. Or do none of that and just follow what I've just said.